Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Find Your Joy, and I'm Joy. You found me. If you might hear that again later, I don't know. I haven't edited today's video yet. So if you do, welcome again. But I am in the coffee room this morning, or the coffee room as it is, because I had to come in a little early. I got a pot of coffee made. We have interviews today. And Hi Ruben is still out, still recovering, but getting better. So he thinks one more day of just sleeping and doing nothing is going to work. Because it is Friday. It's Friday. Yes. But the only thing about him not being here is, y'all, the coffee urn is... Okay, this is where I make it, but I need to get that up there. So, I got a step ladder here. Let's see if I can do this without falling over. That's the plan. We'll see. Oh. All right, so we're going to pour the coffee in here. And let me go see if the boss needs a top offer. Perfect, filled his right to the top. Heated it up. I'm going to try to turn off the burner. Set that up there. Alright, so I'll set up the cart to take down to the interview room. But first, I gotta make my coffee. And I'm gonna start off with it being a hot coffee. And I brought in 3 flavors. So we got white chocolate, hazelnut, and toasted marshmallow. So I'm just gonna do a couple splashes of each right in here. I got a new shirt yesterday. This is a free shirt that they were giving out to everyone at the big boomer pep rally thingy. All right, so we'll do white chocolate, toasted marshmallow, and hazelnut. I need to make a run to Ollie's to see if they have any more of the hazelnut, because, I mean, you can't beat that price, right? $2.29. Alright, so coffee flavors added, and protein shake is going to be vanilla. Alright. And since I still have it here, yeah, my coffee really isn't a coffee. It's just my sweet treat. It's a way to get the protein to me. And I'm the only one that uses that, so that's fine. Alright, and since I have a hot coffee today in a glass, I happen to have my little... This is made with the Red Heart all-in-one granny square yarn. So we are just going to slip that, and this might have been my first one that I ever made, because I made it with acrylic, not even thinking about, you know, hot stuff, but after I put everything in the coffee, it's not that hot anymore. So, y'all, I am going to I'm going to enjoy this, but I'm going to get the cart set up. So let me show you what all we put on our cart for our coffees. And y'all, I don't know if you make coffee a lot, and if I was at home, I wouldn't do this, because if I made this much coffee every day, I would be putting the grounds in my compost bin. But since we're here at work, and let me be honest, trash doesn't get emptied on a regular basis right now. We're trying to get they're not fully staffed at the janitorial level right now. But y'all, this is the coffee. It comes in a filter that is sealed. It's Folgers. Let's see. They have a filter packs. They're called Folgers filter packs. But yeah, so I don't have to worry about spilling coffee grounds or coffee grounds being in your coffee. I hate when that happens. If you, like, when this overflows too much sometimes and the coffee goes over your filter and down, and ew, I don't want dirt in my coffee cup. So easy cleanup, easy peasy. Let me go grab the cart and we will get this thing set up. Coffee, cups, lids, cardboard sleeves, stirs, sweeteners, and we used to get the little individual coffee creamer servings, but they would always curdle by the time we got to use them all. So now we use this stuff. I don't use this stuff, but got original French vanilla, caramel latte, and hazelnut. All right, and there is ta-da! All right, well, I'm gonna go set this up in the room, make sure all the tech is turned on, and stick around. We're gonna make granny squares, because y'all, it's card night at Joy's. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Find Your Joy, and I'm Joy. You found me. Y'all, I am so hot. It is just miserable outside. Central air is my best friend right now. And the fan under my desk also. I went ahead and put another fan just so it's got the air circulating in here. If I wasn't recording, I might be sitting here going like Pooh Bear. But I tend to get up and move around sometimes when I'm making videos, and nobody needs to see that. So pants are on, fan is blowing. It is time to make a video, y'all. It is time to do Friday's video, which is card night at Joy's. Now, I love this shirt that I'm wearing today. I just want to crochet and ignore all of my adult problems. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. But no, I have to be an adult. That's all right. That's okay. We can make this work. I'm recording this on Wednesday evening. Oh, excuse me. I left work a couple hours early because Mom had a doctor's appointment. It's going well. Everything is going well. It was a good appointment. So hopefully everything is still going in the right direction. We're gonna keep that. Yes. Afterwards, she wanted to go over to either Costco or Sam's because she likes getting the big pre-made meals and then dividing them up so she can, you know, have dinner if I don't come down and cook. So we got some enchiladas and she got some of those twice baked potatoes with the yumminess and all the goodies to put on top of them, and some fresh fruit, some fresh cut fruit. So she is set, which is good because tomorrow night I have a potluck to go to for one of my volunteer positions, and so I won't be doing dinner at home. So we left the doctor's, and I'm like, do you want to grab something to eat before we go into Sam's Club? Because I know if I go into Sam's Club hungry, I tend to buy too much, and I don't eat it all. So we stopped at Zaxby's and got some chicken. So I have, because they've got a dry rub right now, which my favorite wings at Wingstop is the garlic parmesan, which is the dry rub, and they had that at Zaxby's and they did pretty good with it. So I have a couple of wings and french fries and half of my Texas toast in the fridge for either a snack later and lunch tomorrow, or both. It could probably be for both because that's a lot of food for me. But that's not what we're here to talk about, even though I just tend to sit here and talk about everything. But right now I want to talk about granny squares. It is Friday and we are doing I'm like, where did I put my books? So let me grab my, see if I grab not that one, this one. Yes, this is no. Well, where is my, I don't know. See, I try to get things organized and cleaned up in here, and then I don't remember where did I put things, because my book with, I have one book that is dedicated to Duck Duck dishcloth and card night, my granny squares. You would think I would have put it with my other books. I did not. It is not with my squares. It's not in there. It's not in there. Well, hold please. All right, I got up and I went and I checked my normal places where I set things down. And I'm like, well, I have a bag somewhere that I'm working on a dishcloth, but I'm not done with it. So I was trying to figure out, okay, it's not on the coffee table. It's not on the stand where I put my keys and stuff by the door. It wasn't on the other side of my bed where I sometimes have things laid out. It wasn't in the car. I went outside and looked in the car. And I came in and I'm like, well, I guess it's at work and I have left it at the office. So I'm standing right here, standing where I'm sitting right now. And I'm like, okay, let me think. And I look, y'all, it was in this bin right here, within arm's reach. Yeah, it was. Imagine that. All right, so I have my book, so I can refer to it. So I think what we need to do is we have to go back in time and pick the colors for this week's squares. it's time to pick the colors for this week's squares. So these are our cards that we pulled this week, and our counterfeit card is the berries square. And y'all, that wasn't blurry on the screen. It is blurry on the card. That is a really poor quality copy. But I do have it in the book, and the colors on here are the red, the green, and the cream. I don't have a cream in the Premier Home Cotton, and I'm not picking colors for that square this week because I'm just going to do red and green. And the only other color that I have used on these squares of Premier Home Cotton that isn't the original 6 in my Roy G. Biv is the white. So this is all I have left of the white for the Premier Home Cotton. If that's not enough, I've got peaches and cream white, but this should be enough to finish this square. So these are the colors for the berry square. And now let's pick the colors for our 2 Claire Montgomery squares. We have the block stitch from the original Granny Square card deck, and this has 4 colors. So you know we've got our jack-o'-lantern here with all of our acrylics that we are using for the squares. All of the colors have been returned, so if we used them last week, they are in here. They could be drawn again. So for the block stitch, our 4 colors are going to be number 20, blue, number 6, bright yellow, which is kind of funny because look, number 2 on there looks like a bright yellow. All right, number 3 is teal. And our 4th color, the outside border, is 23, saffron. All right, so those are the colors for the block stitch. And now we're going to get the colors for the peony. This also has 4 colors. So let's pull out 4 more. For our peony, we are going to start with number 12, which is mint. And then our second color is number 9, our gifted peachy color. The flower petals for this one are going to be number 4, varsity green. And the outside square color is going to be number 13, amethyst. All right, so let me go get the colors for these, and I will be right back. I guess it's time to go make some squares. All right, I picked the colors. I grabbed everything that night that I recorded that. I don't even remember what night it was. If it was Saturday or Sunday, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That night I picked the colors, and then I sat down and I made 2 squares that night. And then I made the other one the next day. So I wiped these squares out like that. So you want to see them? All right, I've got all 3 of them here, and I'm just going to go with the order that they are stacked on here. This is not the order I made them in, because this was the last one I made. And this one is the berry square. And I would get that closer, but it's blurry. It's poor. It's the counterfeit deck, so poor printing quality on that one. But we all know that all of the patterns from the counterfeit box, card deck, and booklet are all stolen from the Ultimate Granny Square source book. So this pattern is by Miss Amie Simone Conrad from Germany. And this square is made with the red and green for the berries. And then I chose, instead of doing a random pick of the colors for these squares, I went ahead and went with the colors on the square. So I did the red berries, the green leaves, and then the color on here is cream, but I don't have a cream cotton, so I used the white. And this is also the afternoon premier home cotton, not afternoon. The afternoon cotton is the mercerized. I'm like, mesmerized. Look at the rings in my eyes. You are mesmerized. Mercerized cotton. I have some mercerized cotton, but I haven't used any of it yet. So I just have my Premier Home Cotton for these squares that I've been using. And this is only the second square that I have used the white or any other color besides the 6 original red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, purple. Violet. It's purple. But here is my berry square. It looks like strawberries, doesn't it? And this was another square where we were changing colors mid-row. So the green is only in the leaves. So on the top of the cluster for the berry, and then switch back to white, and then switch back to green, and then switch back to white, and switch. But I was able to carry the yarn all the way around. So it wasn't like the last one where I was cutting and tying and cutting and tying, and this one was much easier. So not as pretty on the back because I was carrying it and such, but I think it looks just fine on the front side. So that is my berries square. And so the next one in the pile is the flower deck square, and this is the peony. And as you saw, I drew colors for this. So here is my peony. I love the purple and green together. This is pretty. Pretty, pretty. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. And the last card for this week is the block stitch. And this one was a really easy, quick and easy square. And here is, well, let's hold it up so we can compare like we did the others. I like that one. I actually really like how these little stitches, and we've had another one that was kind of like that, and I think the last one was more of a solid, so they stood out more. But I like, of course, I like all three of them. Don't I always? Honestly, have I ever done one that I'm like, ugh, this is the ugliest square ever? No. Oh, you can't really see the purple. The light isn't catching that. Let's see if we can flip that. Because I kind of want that purple to stand out. Now, let's try this again. That's better. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get a good thumbnail. Maybe. There we go. All right, y'all. Those are the squares, and this is, whoa, there went one of the cards. Oh, all right, so this is week number 32, and that was card number 16 for this one. So let's go ahead and pick the cards for next week, for week number 33. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out our Granny Square card deck. And Ducklet. That's a D there. Ducklet. Yes, yes, yes. This pile is getting less and less. There should only be 17, well, week 33. So there's going to be, we've gone through 18, or we've gone through 32, which leaves 18. 18 cards left in here. Which card are we picking this week? Fan them out. There we go. They're all here, all 18 of them. And of course, we got them, I fanned them out backwards. I can't get a good ASMR. It doesn't do anything for me. That's not one of those things that tickles my brain. I know a lot of people, it does tickle their brain, and you know, I'm here for it. I'm here to help y'all. There we go. All right, which square are we doing this week? We're gonna do this one right here. Oh, okay. This is the spike square. Y'all, the actual chart, it looks, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell it very well, but it looks like a 3D. Yeah. All right. So that is the spike square. That's going to be a lot of stitches dropping down, and it looks like it's only 3 colors, but this is square number 45 out of the book. And let's see, spike square, let's look it up in the book real quick. All right, page 84. And this square is, ooh, I like the colors they use. They've got a couple of them. They are, yeah, 3 colors. And in the book, they've got 2 color variations for this one. The pink and the purple, and then the orange and the yellow. And this pattern is Madeleine Soledad Iglesias Silva from Argentina. We have made other squares by her. I'm trying to think which ones we've done by her. She's got quite a few of them in here. Let's see if they're all together. The nope. I thought we had, I don't know, we probably have. I just don't know which one it is at this moment. But this one is the spike square, number 45. So let's get into our original Granny Square card deck by Claire Montgomery and pull card number 45. All right, and this is the original deck, but we just pulled the poppy square. All right, so the poppy square is from the original card deck, and number 45 from the Granny Square Flowers card deck. Number 45 is, oh, this is a motif. So this one is, you make the square and then you make the motif and attach it. And it is the clover. So we're making a 4-leaf clover. I can't do an Irish accent. I'm not even going to try because I would mangle it horribly. All right, well that looks super easy for the clover. And then a solid square behind it. So our 3 squares for next week, number 45, are these 3 right here. I'm excited. I'm excited. Y'all, I'm excited because we're getting so close to the end. And I have, let me show you all of the squares that I have steam blocked. I'm not going to like show them individually, but I want to show you how many there are. All right, here is the container that is holding all of these are the squares that are made with the acrylic yarn. So these are the Claire Montgomery squares from the original card deck and the Flowers card deck. And these are all the squares that I have made up until the end of May, because my June and July squares, since I haven't done my Craft Yourself Free, I've decided, since it is the 19th of August. Wait, did I not do June? Am I off by a month? Did I do June? I did June Craft Yourself Free, right? It's July. It's July. Did I? Now I'm like, did you do June? Did I? Am I behind that? Okay. I did June's because I have the totals written in here. I did June's. So I can, do I have my June? I don't think I've put my June squares in the box though, because I see my June stuff in a bin there. This is my July stuff. I haven't done July. For sure, I did not do July Craft Yourself Free. So I am going to combine July and August into one video. I'll probably sort out the numbers, but I'm going to do them all in one video because I'm halfway through August. Why was I thinking that it's July now? The year is like flying by. Okay. July. August. These squares only have through May. So here we go. That's a better view of it. But those, and these have all, I steam blocked all of them. So they are nice and uniform sized, and they've got some drape to them. But yeah, I'm ready to kind of start putting this together. What I need is a bigger house, is a bigger space where I can lay them out. But it's not like they have to be in a specific order, right? Because the colors are just a mismatch of all of my colors that I am using. I think the only thing I wouldn't want to do is have squares that have the same outside color next to each other. And I think with as many as I have and all of the different colors, I'm going to be able to just put them together and just start doing them. Join as you go. And pull one out of the bin and sew it together. And if the next one matches it, put it back and grab another. I got plenty. I'm going to have 100. I'm going to make it work. And then next week, that's the acrylics. Next week, I'll show you all the cotton ones that are done with the counterfeit deck. All right, well, I think, is that everything I need for this? Besides maybe a coffee, some cats, maybe so. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now because this isn't gonna be edited and uploaded until Friday. So, and that's day after tomorrow in my world. All right, so I'll see you in just a sec. One of the good things about class being back in session is there always seems to be something happening here on campus. And that included yesterday. I walked out of the office and it was Boomer's block party. Boomer is our mascot, and the first thing I saw was that really cute ice cream truck, but unfortunately they weren't set up yet because it said it was a jukebox, so I bet it was jamming. Not that I could have put any of the music on here. That's why everything is muted. But they were giving away these cool jerseys to the students only. Bummer. But, you know, everyone had their little tables out there with giveaways. There were some games set up, some cornhole, basketball, ping pong. They had like a giant Jenga set up there. Just a lot of fun stuff. Local news station was here. And yeah, it was for sports. So of course there's, you know, all kinds of different things. But they had food. That's Mexican Villa. Ugh, not going to eat there. Chick-fil-A, Monster. I bet that was going to light up later. That's pretty cool. In front of one of our bear statues. The stadium. And look, there's Juanita K. Had a booth representing. Yes, Beetlejuice is our next show that's coming. Okay, now this part cracks me up. I probably thought I recorded something and I didn't. And then I was recording when I didn't think I was recording. But we had some really pretty clouds in the sky yesterday. So I left this in. And as I'm looking at this footage, I just realized what I thought I recorded is not on here. God, I am so not a professional at this job. But there was a row of food trucks, and I stopped at one of them and was filming, and the guy was inside, and they were all waving, and I was at the name of it, and because I wanted to remember it for later. It was different flavored lemonades, but can I tell you what the name of it is? No, because I didn't record it. Dang it! So yeah, I walked around quite a bit because I was waiting for it to actually start because they were giving away free t-shirts. The one I am wearing earlier while I'm making the coffee, that's the free t-shirt that we got for Mo State. And coming up, you're going to see the president of the university was actually out giving them away. And I thought I had recorded. I'm like, I asked, could he be, did he want to be on my YouTube channel? I waved to him. He waved, it was kind of nice. And then I realized I wasn't recording. So I just got a little bit of footage of him handing out some shirts. So here is President Williams, Biff, for Mo State. And that is it. So I'm going to tell you guys, here's the fountain. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a great day. Make it a great day and find your joy. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.